What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Engineers Without Filters podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Thompson. I am drinking a Left Hand Brewing Company Milk Stout Nitro. I just poured it real hard in my glass and it turned out pretty well.
I'm Just Grandchamp, and I'm making the mistake of drinking a Natty Rush Blue Frostbite. So, for reference, this is a 25 fluid ounce can that is 8% alcohol. And it tastes like a blue raspberry, like a Frosty.
And this is brought to you by the people who make...
And it's actually blue.
It is blue. I can like see the foam in it.
It's the same company that makes Keystone, right?
Yeah. Or like Natural Light.
Yeah.
And it's $1.50 for a 25 fluid ounce can.
Which Natty Daddies are still the better deal.
Yes, Natty Daddies are worse, but 50 or 90 cents. 99 cents. So.
Yikes. Alright, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm drinking the same thing.
We're in this boat together.
We obviously hate ourselves.
It's finals week.
Wow!
Yeah.
Honestly, though, it doesn't taste that bad. Like, first impressions, like, it tastes like a high school girl's drink.
Yeah, it tastes like UV blue in
say,
like a can.
Like, oh, I can smell it. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It does.
I'm gonna have to brush my teeth halfway through this.
Yeah, it doesn't taste alcohol-y, but like the sugar is gonna really bite me later on.
I'm Gabe, and I'm more civilized than that. I'm drinking a Founders All Day IPA.
Ooh.
Costs me more money, has way less alcohol.
It's also a smaller can.
Also smaller can. But
wait,
you know...
what percent is it?
It's only 4.7.
Really?
It's
I thought...
a low alcohol for an IPA.
That's why it's called All Day IPA.
I actually never
So you
knew
can
that.
drink
You
it
can
all
drink it
day.
all day.
Trying to figure out how much mine is, but 6%. So,
Joseph and I got all you guys beat.
well, you guys get fucked up having
That's
this
okay.
podcast.
I want that done by the 30-minute mark.
Well, it's already halfway done.
He's just been chugging it.
I wish I were joking.
Buffalo Club.
All right.
So
I don't even know this.
So for reference, Dayton and I are playing this game called the Buffalo Club.
Okay.
And
Is this just for the podcast or just you guys?
no. This is straight up a drinking
real.
game.
It's
I've
real.
never
It's a
heard
real
of
club.
this.
And if someone is in the club and you are also in the club and you see them holding a drink with their dominant hand and you call them out on it,
That's this. Okay.
they have to
I didn't know the
chug
name of it.
and finish their drink.
Dude, don't do it, dude. Don't do it.
I am a man of honor.
Oh my god. Well,
This is rough.
no, it's 25 fucking
Dayton-
ounces.
Can I
I-
can I give it like a little weight check?
I will not make you finish it.
It is about half done, you guys.
I will give. That's plenty.
We are about 3 minutes
I just
in.
wanted to do it to just. I saw the opportunity, and also I was talking to Jacob about it earlier, and I
Yeah.
really wanted to get you.
I'll have you know that when you were drinking an IPA 2 days ago,
I
I didn't call you out on it.
He's
There was
going
an
to
IPA.
next.
Oh, yeah, that's more than enough. Jesus
yeah,
fucking
you're
Christ.
good, Dayton. you
He's
don't.
got some crazy eyes right now.
Okay, I'm just saying. You did not have to do that.
You
but
better
okay.
get his ass back in this podcast.
Dude, I'm gonna sit on my right hand the entire time.
All right, well, welcome back to the podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at EWF Podcast. And first topic tonight, get a little sappy.
Okay.
Dayton might be feeling better with this now that he's probably drunk.
Well, no, we'll get to him in 15 minutes, roughly.
But we're talking about love languages.
Hey, I already know what my love language is.
Yeah.
So.
So if you're unfamiliar, there are 5 love languages, and you can take like tests. There's like a book about it.
Supposedly, there's 5 love languages.
Whatever. Tonight we're going off the fact of these
Okay,
5.
So these are de
'cause
factos.
based on this book or whatever, and it's essentially talking about like.
Have you read the book?
No, I've just.
Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
No.
Leah gave it to me to read it, and I never read it.
Okay. Okay.
But the idea is that, you know, you have 1 or 2 love languages, and those are the best way for people to show affection to you. It's the best way that you receive affection or feel loved.
Right.
So I think the best way to do this maybe is to go through each one and just talk about it as how each of us feel about it.
Gotcha.
And maybe at the end figure out what you guys think like your number 1 or number 2 is.
Who's our best match for each other?
Oh, yeah.
There's also the whole aspect of which you like giving and which you
That's
like
true.
receiving.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know the ones that I like giving, I like receiving, but there's also ones that I like to give that I don't like to receive.
Yeah. Well,
Makes sense.
Let's talk about it. Let's start with number 1. Receiving gifts. Okay. So, do you like to receive gifts from your significant others and or friends as a way for them to show affection to you?
I can start because I'm in a relationship.
Oh, just throw it in our faces.
Let me just brag about that. No. I like hi Patty. She doesn't like this. No, but I like getting gifts, but I feel like for me personally, I want to be able to give them back, and Patty's just the type of person who values like me like receiving the gift more than like getting one from me. So like I kind of feel bad about it. Like she doesn't really care about gifts, but she loves giving them. So like as far as like receiving them, I really appreciate them because sometimes they have like a lot of thought put behind. Well, most of the time they have like a ton of thought put behind them and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it, but I feel like I also want to like if that's the way that they're gonna like show their affection, I want to be able to like give it back. I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not one that like would go out of my way, I guess, to do it unless like I'm getting gifts. Like I feel not like obligated, but I feel like it's just respectful to be like, all right, let me give you something back.
I get that.
But sometimes she, Patty, you gotta take some gifts sometimes. Like for instance, we decided no gifts for Christmas, right?
Yeah.
And someone came
That
up to
never
me.
works.
Oh no, it doesn't. And like I was pretty sure she got me something. Turns out she didn't, but whatever. Like it was pretty safe to assume that she got me something. And I was at work and like someone came up and she's like, "Here's these local like this people who make these mittens for like just in Michigan," and they're like normally they're like $50 mittens. They're fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And she always looks at them every time we go by, and they're like, "We'll get you these for like at cost," which is like $20. I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you some mittens."
Yeah.
And like Patty's initial response is like, "I need to get you something back like right now," and it's like, "No, I know you would like it."
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like my primary like love language for sure. It's like definitely not my primary love language.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely not mine either. I honestly like don't like receiving gifts very much. Mostly because whenever I do receive gifts, it's either for my birthday or for Christmas, and I just say what I want and then I get it. It doesn't feel very personal,
Right.
you know? Like if somebody like surprised me with a very, very personal gift, that I would really appreciate that. But like more often than not, I would just rather just get money and then just buy what I want to buy because I feel like if somebody else is to buy it for me, I might get like messed up.
Yeah, I feel like there's also the danger like just gifts in general. Like
Yeah.
they pay X amount of money for it, but you may only value it at like half its cost.
Yeah.
So like in your mind, it's lost half its value, or
And depending on what it is, I'm worried that I might like it when I first get it and like never use it, or I mean it depends what it is, but like I feel like I'm not very nostalgic with things, so I probably wouldn't, if it's like I don't know, like a little trinket or something, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah. I would say that the personal gifts, like the ones that like have like a meaning or like from like an event or something, are more meaningful to me. Like that's more on like the relationship side though, right? Like Patty got me like something of like we've been dating for like a year and a half at this point. She got me for like a 1 year, like a very like personal thing that like represented like our 1 year, like that I really liked.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, when you're going from that to like, oh, I'll buy you a Kit Kat, and it's like, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like getting a gift, like giving a gift, I guess, only if it's something that I deem like I think that they would really enjoy. Like,
That's the other thing. Too.
Like I don't like my friends from high school. We never really got each other gifts, like for Christmas or whatever. Like sometimes we did, but like 1 year I was just like in like a record shop, and it was like an album, and I'm like, one of my friends really likes this album. He would really appreciate this.
Right.
So I knew that like this is something that I saw it and I thought this is something they would like, and so I got it. And like
another the value.
Yeah, it's like that, and then it's like, hey, it's like they're not expecting gifts. So it's like, hey, I saw this and I thought of you. Like I thought this would be something you'd really enjoy. And then there's more of a personal aspect,
right?
Versus like I've been shopping for Christmas gifts the past couple of weeks, and it's like, my family we do a Secret Santa, and so it's like okay, well, what does this person want? And then I have,
Just an email list of the family.
Yeah.
well,
okay,
no,
what
that's
do
the
they
thing
want?
is we do no lists for it.
Oh, okay.
So you have to like think, okay, what does this person want, and what and so like I kind of like that, but at the same time, it's like the person who I had, I don't know them super, like I don't spend a whole lot of time with them.
Right.
Well, that's what happens, like, for my families. Every year we do the Secret Santa. Everybody gets somebody else, but it ends up being, like, email change. Like, oh, what do they want? Okay, we'll get them that. And it's, like, no surprise. Like, I already know what I'm getting this year for my Secret Santa thing.
Right.
And it's, like, I'll just buy it myself at this point. Like, it's it's just somebody else spending the same money.
Yeah, gifts are just weird because it goes back to that value thing.
Yeah.
And
Well, they have social currency on top of, like, regular currency.
that's true. And I think, like, the frequency of gifts is also pretty important. Like, if you're constantly, like, getting, like, little things,
Well, like the last girl that I dated, she really liked.
You've gotten some bomb-ass gifts from your past girlfriends.
Yeah, they were phenomenal.
You
and
still
I
use them because they're fantastic.
Yeah, and
I'm just saying.
No, and I feel horrible because I was really bad at getting them gifts. But the last girl that I dated, she really liked this specific candy bar, and it wasn't like a Snickers. It was like a Carmelo bar. So like they're not
those are good.
Yeah, like, and they're not like a very common candy bar.
Right.
So like whenever I'd be in line at the grocery store, I'm like, oh, she likes this, and I'd grab one, and like it's like $1. And so like it was always nice to be like, oh, thank you, she'd always
but, like,
bright up.
It's the thought that like is more. It's that social currency, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And I was really, it's like, okay, I'm buying my groceries. It's like, oh yeah, this would bring a smile to her face.
For
and
$1,
like,
it's worth it.
Especially, yeah, exactly. Especially like if she was stressed out with school or something, really.
Thoughts, opinions, Dave?
I hate gifts.
Dayton
really?
doesn't like clutter. I feel like gifts create a lot of clutter.
It's yeah, I feel like that's really what it comes down to is like if I don't like pick out what I want and someone tries to get me a gift like other than like a consumable or like an experience or just spending time with me, then I feel like they're just kind of racking their brains. They're like, oh, what does Dayton like to do? Oh, like maybe he likes to go mountain biking or maybe he likes backpacking, like his computer or something like that. But for like those hobbies, it's like I would consider myself very knowledgeable.
Yeah, you want exactly what you want.
Yeah, and it's like I spend like months researching what I want for like my hobbies. And
then your aunt gives you some like, oh, I thought you like this jacket. You're like, this is an ultralight. I can't use it.
but I don't know. It just gets like I can definitely appreciate the gesture behind it.
Yeah.
Except then I kind of feel obligated to hold on to it because it's like, oh, this was a gift.
Yep.
And but it's like I know that I want something like else. So I would rather just have them save the trouble and just be like, oh, just like grab like a 6-pack of beer and we can split it, and like that's worth way more to me.
Yeah, but to them it's like,
or like a handle of Jägermeister.
That too.
That's what we got him for his birthday. Yeah, but I think like, so my family is divorced, and then on top of that I have another big Christmas with my step family because they go like fucking ham with Christmas. So I have 3 Christmases essentially of like just gifts.
Oof.
I get 3 stocking stuffers every year. And I feel guilty just getting it because like I can't just be like, hey, don't get this because like, oh, that's rude. Or I can't just be like, hey, I want specifically this. I'm like, it loses that personal aspect of it, right?
Yeah.
But like I get 3 fucking things of stocking stuffers, and like I just try and leave some of it behind like every time. They just have too much of it. Like I appreciate that like they spend the money on it, but
Didn't you say that you sometimes get like deodorant in your stocking?
I get 3 sticks of deodorant every fucking day. I'm not joking. I get 3 toothbrushes every Christmas.
I got razors in my stockings one year.
I get toenail. You know why I have so many toenail clippers? You know why I get so many toenail clippers? Because I get one every fucking year. Like, I mean that stuff just like stocking stuffers, but like I can't use 4 sticks of deodorant.
Waste. It's just
it's wasteful.
Yeah.
I hope
like,
you use deodorant.
You know what I mean? And it goes back to like how I was saying before, and I forget what podcast it is at this point. I don't know what episode we're on. Where like
12 Gabe.
I'm trying to like work towards like using less and buying less clutter, but like Christmas is all about clutter.
Rampant consumerism.
It's just like ridiculous consumerism, and I don't like it. Like I'd much rather have like 3 things that I've been like like Dayton was saying, like I was researching a ton. I've been looking at it. Like this is the perfect thing that I want. Like it's super high quality. It's usually more expensive because you're paying for the quality.
Yeah.
But it lasts way longer. And that like if I got like 3 things of that versus like 12 things of like a mediocre quality, I would easily take the 3 or like any time.
Yeah. I always get candy in my stocking stuffer, which at least is consumable.
Yeah.
But I also don't eat sugar that much, so it's like I don't even end up eating it all. So it's like,
Dude, I have no self-control when it comes to sugar.
yeah.
It's like I have self-control when it comes to not buying it. The second that it's in front of my face, though, I just like I eat it within like 10 minutes.
That one day you ate an entire package of Oreos in one night.
When?
Was it in the dorms?
No, it was here. It was like you and Alan bought like, or maybe it wasn't Oreos. It was some other
they were
cookies.
Chips Ahoy.
Yeah, Chips Ahoy cookies.
Yeah, and we also bought Bug Juice.
oh, bug
dude,
juice,
bug
classic.
juice.
But it was knockoff. It was knockoff Bug Juice, and it tasted like Clorox mixed with some blue raspberry.
So pretty much Natty Rush.
Honestly.
Yeah, last thing I'll say, because you guys already brought it up a little bit, it's like, yeah, I find it hard to give gifts, because I feel like I don't know people well enough. And like,
I just suck at it.
the only thing I'll do is like, I'll do Mother's Day, my mom's birthday, I'll order her like flowers or like cherries, berries, or something like that. That's really easy, you know, and that they'll always like that.
Pro tip, have 3 sisters, and then you'd be like, hey, what are you getting, Mom? And they're like, oh, we're getting her this thing. You want in? Yeah, I want in.
Put my name in the card, baby.
Yeah, giving gifts is hard. Like props to people who can do it.
Number 2, quality time. Spending some quality time with your significant other or friend. This is definitely my number 1.
Oh, by far
Yeah,
for me too.
I would say the same.
Like, we're not even to the last 3 yet, but I'm like, this is my number 1. I really, really appreciate
Wait, just
spending
list the
time
other
with
3
people.
really quick.
Okay, so just receiving gifts, quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation, and acts of service.
Okay.
Okay, I already know.
I feel like acts of service, maybe not.
I'm definitely.
We're not there
I'm
yet.
with you. Quality time's number 1, like by far.
And for me, it's because I feel like if you get to spend time with somebody doing something they love to do or something that you love to do, it lets you learn about the other person a lot, like kind of like the kind of person they are. And it shows that like maybe they could be doing something else, but they prefer to spend time with you. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I value that one the most because personally I think time is the only currency that matters. Time is ultimately like the only thing that we can't really get more of. It's like, yeah, we can get more money. We can keep on getting more expensive gifts. But like time,
It's finite.
everyone has the same amount of time.
Yeah.
We all got 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
So if someone makes like an hour out of their day to like spend with me, like that's huge.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
I think you can go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing. I
Oh.
don't really have much to add.
Well, I was gonna say that like going back to like because me and Patty are at a long distance relationship essentially.
Yeah.
So it's not even essentially. We are.
It
You're
is.
2 hours away.
Yeah, we're 2 hours away, so it's not like not awful, but we like see each other mostly on the weekends, and then she usually stays longer because she has a bunch of online classes. But like that time to me is like the way that I definitely like see like what's the most important I guess in the relationship, because like on top of like not seeing each other like all like I don't want to be one of those people that like at the hip with their girlfriend like all the time, but like that time being able to spend with her is like the most important to me because it's like
It's
time
very
to-
limited.
yeah, it's very limited. Like sometimes it's only like a day and a half, like at most. So being able to like just even sit down and just like watch a movie is like worth it a lot more to me than like a gift. Like that time is just like invaluable.
Yeah. And Gabe, I think you'll probably agree with this, but you can like text somebody a lot or like Skype them a lot, but I feel like that's like half points, you know?
Yeah.
Like actually being there
Yeah, I feel
is
like
really crucial. And with long distances, it's harder.
yeah, I
and
feel like
different,
me and Patty's connection is different on long distance. Like when we start going long distance, like you lose a lot of like just the little things.
The day-to-day thing.
Yeah, so like Patty is a really like goofy person. You fucking are. And I love that about her. But like when it goes to Snapchat, like there's a couple moments where like you know, she's doing something stupid or I'm doing something stupid.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't come out nearly as much as like when we're getting drunk and like she's yelling at Joseph for some stupid shit and they get in a fight. Like that doesn't. Yeah. But like that type of stuff doesn't happen nearly as much online, and like you can still talk about like your day or whatever, but it's different.
There's less like spontaneity.
And like just like the mannerisms and the attitude and like the jokes, I feel like that's what adds up to like the relationship with that.
And I mean, I relate to that too because like if I'm texting someone or if I'm like online in like a voice chat with them or anything, I'm completely different than I am like in person. I am incredibly subdued. I become a lot more introverted online, which is weird because a lot of people, at least I've heard like a lot of people like with like social anxiety and whatnot, they
thrive off that.
Yeah, they thrive in like those online communities because they don't feel that pressure anymore.
They have time to like craft their
you get the
responses.
Except for me, it's like I don't know. I just don't feel the need to like even participate in any of that. Like even if I'm like actively talking to someone, it just feels like I don't know,
yeah.
it doesn't feel right.
I think going back to that, like talking with Patty on the phone. Like, I mean, there are times where we have, like, emotional talks on the phone or, like, just, like, connections on the phone. But, like, you don't have, like, a face to talk to. Like, I mean, Skype. But, like, you lose... I feel like you still lose enough to where, like, it bothers me sometimes. It's, like, we're talking and it's just, like, I'm not, like, talking to you. Like, I'm
I lose focus a lot on phone calls. I find myself just, like, going, like,
exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's not because I'm not interested. It's just, like, I feel like it's just, like, a thing with the way I handle like voice and video.
Yeah, I just get distracted too easily.
Yeah.
Just
I don't enjoy phone calls.
Phone calls are weird. You're just sitting there and you're just like trying to have a conversation like
it's awkward, man. You can't see what they're doing. And
I hate. This is the thing that I dislike most about phone calls. If anyone in your surroundings can hear half of the conversation, they can hear everything that you're saying. Like, and then even if your speaker's up loud enough, they can hear the entire conversation. It's just like, no.
I like trying to guess who's on the other end of the line.
You're exactly what I'm worried about.
Dude, that happened earlier today. I walked in here and you were on the phone and you're talking about getting like, who is he talking to?
Yeah, my parents is calling randomly.
I actually did that.
I felt bad because I was like yelling some dumb shit.
No, it's fine. It's fine. And I already said this, but I'll say it again. Is like, I feel like quality time is the only way to know if you're like compatible with someone.
Oh, absolutely.
And not just with like relationships, with friendships too. Like, I could never like date somebody who would be like on their phone the entire time while watching a movie or a show. Because that's one of the most important, my favorite activities, and I want to like share that with somebody. Right. But if they're just like not paying attention, I'm like, okay, well, fuck you. You know, it's like
looks like I'm off the hook.
I will say like, kind of going back, we're on quality time. On the quality time thing, like. A lot of appreciation I have of Patty is like her ability to like try a lot of the new things that I enjoy. Like I enjoy a lot of things that like, I mean she'll try like not all the video games because like 3D Space is too difficult for her. But she'll like try the other like ones and she'll enjoy it, or like she'll try like she's tried snowboarding. She'll like try and go mountain biking. Like she's not like fantastic, but like that's not the point. Like, she's still trying. Like,
maybe she doesn't love it, but she can understand why you like it.
Right, and that's super valuable to me because like up until like meeting her, I've never had someone that's like a female that would be like, you know, put that effort into it. Like I feel like I had to subdue that part of my personality a lot.
Yeah.
So like being able to spend that time with like my interests and like show that her why I like it so much. Yeah. Like I don't feel super awkward like talking about computer parts in front of her as I would like.
Even though she has no idea what you're saying.
Oh yeah, she has zero clue what's going on.
In one ear, out the other.
I'm gonna.
Wasn't Max talking about yesterday when like Gabe was freaking out about his Raspberry Pi.
I can't DHCP into my Raspberry Pi.
That was not the problem. It was the driver issue.
Oh,
I wasn't loading on boot.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a driver issue.
And I had to
now we get it.
Yeah, I had to write a script so on boot it would load the driver.
You had to write a VBA script to hack into the virtual network botnet.
Yes.
That's just funny. You're like ranting to Patty about it, and she's like, okay, I don't know what you're saying, but okay, I understand.
I don't know. It's just nice to be able to talk about it out loud because then I realized my mistake, like when I was talking out loud.
It's nice to talk.
Because like I made that Plex server and that was going down. I was like, there's literally, it's impossible. And I was like bitching about Japan. I'm like, oh, I know what was wrong. And like, it was just some stupid shit.
I will say I value like quality time a lot, but I ran into a point where I got too much quality time.
Okay, that's not quality time.
Yeah.
That's just time.
Yeah, I will say that was a very different scenario, but for reference, a girl that I dated, she more or less lived in the house with us.
Yeah.
And which was fine. Like I enjoyed spending time with her. Like she's great. But it just got to a point where it's like it just felt, I don't know, like stagnant. And
Claustrophobic, maybe.
Yeah, claustrophobic. It's like you have your own apartment.
And you don't go there.
Well, it's important to have the balance between alone time and when you're with them.
Exactly. It's in this house, my room is my room. Like I got out of the dorms.
It's your temple.
Because I like to get away from a roommate. Because I hated my last roommate. Yeah, Dayton was a horrible roommate. But it's like I don't have anywhere else to escape to now.
Yeah,
like,
it's not like that you guys had the bedroom, you had like a man cave. It's like
Yeah.
that was your like personal space, and then it wasn't anymore.
Yeah, but I don't know. It also was like, okay, I've had, like I couldn't get away from like, it's like I need my alone time. As much as I like spending time with them, and then it felt like because she was a guest constantly, because like obviously she did not live here.
But she did.
But she did, but she didn't.
Yeah.
Because of that, I felt like I had to entertain her. I felt like I was obligated to spend time with her.
Yeah.
I get that feeling
even though
a lot.
like it's like when Patty comes over for like 8
I feel
days
like
in
I
a
have
row.
to entertain her every day.
Yeah.
Which is like, there's days where I'm working and going to school and I'm gone from like 8 until 6. And it's like, I feel bad. But I definitely feel obligated. I definitely feel that.
Yeah, so it's like
I'm that way with
my friends are
downstairs.
doing dumb shit downstairs,
Yeah.
but I want to spend time with my girlfriend, but I spend a lot of time with my girlfriend. So I want to,
but it's like Gabe was saying, like, it's not quality time anymore. I feel like quality time is when two people decide to hang out with each other. And they could be doing anything else, but like, hey, no, we're both choosing to hang out with each other because we care about each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That definitely is important.
I think Patty does a good job of entertaining herself, though. I mean, whether it's like, like hanging out with like any of us, like she feels very comfortable around all of us.
I would say it's definitely more on my end. Like it's not like I feel like it's definitely more like just even when I have people over to like my like in the summer when you guys came over to visit, like Dayton came over after New Zealand. Like I felt like I just feel obligated all the time to like make sure you guys are having a good time.
Yeah.
Like it's just like something that
You did a horrible job at it. I tell you, every time I was over at your apartment, I was just bored.
Is that why you still kept coming?
Yeah.
Like next time it'll be better.
And I was looking forward to the
I know where
trip
this
for
is going.
so long, and I was expecting such great things after I came back from New Zealand, and I just got to your apartment.
And then Joseph bailed on us.
And Joseph bailed on us, and we just had to sit there and we played Lego Star Wars.
That was fun,
It
though.
was pretty fun.
No,
I just
but
got to give Joseph the beans.
Yeah.
I definitely do think Patty does a fantastic job of like keeping herself busy though. Like I've definitely gotten better since I've been with her, but it's still like something that's like hard ingrained in my head.
Especially when she is 2 hours away most of the time, and you
Yeah.
only get to see her on weekends. Like you want to spend every moment you get.
Which I feel like when it gets on like those long stretches, it's almost exhausting because sometimes she'll be like, "Oh shit, it's snowing. I'm gonna stay another day."
Yeah.
So like I put all my time into her if I can. I mean, sometimes I'll like play an hour of video games or whatever, but most of the time, all my time goes into her. So like when it's on like that 6 or 7 days, like I feel like sometimes I don't know how to like turn it off because I haven't had to yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and it's not like I hate that when she comes like stays longer. It's not.
Yeah, Patty, don't come over ever again.
All right, number 3, physical touch. Pretty self-explanatory.
So yeah.
I want Dave to start in this one.
Yeah, he's scowling.
I don't really like physical touch. I mean, like,
Hey,
what?
why is that natty rush not been touched since the 3-minute mark?
You know why. But yeah, I mean, I don't really like physical touch that much.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all right, but it just doesn't really do anything for me.
Yeah.
It's like, how about you just give me my own damn space?
I got you.
So that's all I gotta say.
I think that's where I kind of differ. Not that like it's my top. It's definitely not my top, but I definitely enjoy having another person there. Like when I've been in my saddest points since the breakup, it's definitely been like I wish I could hold someone.
Yeah.
Which like not to say that that's been a common thought, like But I can admit that like that was definitely one thing. Like I enjoy comforting someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so, like...
You could just get a waifu pillow.
I could, but I'm not a weeb.
Jacob's
That's where I come in.
Jacob has exclusive rights to the pillow in the house.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Well, just for the record, I do not have one. But
that we know of.
That you know of, yeah. But
Next Instagram post is gonna be us finding it.
I do really appreciate physical touch. It's not my number one, but I think it's important because it kind of is another signal to like let somebody know that you care about them or how you're feeling about them. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just me being dense because I haven't really been in a relationship before, so I don't know all that stuff.
Yo, walnut.
But no, yeah, it's like the more signals the better. You know, it's like I want to make sure I know what's going on. But also, it's just really comforting. Like even when I'm home, I'll hug my best friend like Chris if like we're both having a rough or just like seeing each other again for the first time. Like I enjoy hugs. I feel like we're not hugging each other enough. You know what I'm saying? In this day and age.
You're not getting a hug from me.
No, I know. I'll hug Max, even though Max doesn't like physical touch either.
Max,
I share my affection through chaos.
Man, you must really love me then. Fuck you.
I don't know.
Dude, Dave's been fucking really hard with Joseph the past couple days.
You missed what he did earlier.
What?
I guess it was on accident.
It can't beat the Fruit Loops.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
You can tell the story really quickly.
All right, so Joseph just cleaned and swept the entire first floor, and
I swept the floors. Like we have hardwood floors, so I mopped them. We have like wood cleaners, so I went through and I swept all the floors. I mopped them, make sure it was all nice and tidy.
And then we started drinking.
Cleaned them up really nice, and then I had to get up to go to the bathroom, and I saw this box of Fruit Loops sitting on the table, and I knew that these boxes of Fruit Loops were from Cooper.
They were also stale.
A few weeks ago, and no one was going to eat them.
No, it was more than a few weeks.
It was at least a month and a half.
Easily a month and a half old.
Yeah, so I knew that no one was going to eat them. So I just walk up to him and I smack him as hard as I can off the table.
If you can't eat them, yeet them.
Amen. Amen. Yeah, so I just yeet this box of Fruit Loops across our bar, and the top opens up and like some Fruit Loops go everywhere.
A lot of Fruit Loops went a lot of ways.
And then Joseph sees what happened and he's like, "Oh my gosh, Dave!
He just
freaks
out.
How could you do that? He just cleaned up the floor."
Exactly those words. Oh my gosh!
How could you do this?
And then, me being me, I was like, "If you think that's so bad, I can take it up a few notches." So I take the remaining Fruit Loops out of the box and I just pour them onto the floor,
staring me in the eye.
and then. Right when the bag just empties out,
oh gosh,
I take a jump, double foot stomp them into the hardwood floor, and then I start sweeping them up, and then Joseph makes some snide remark about how it's so dirty, and then I start smashing them again, and I start sweeping them all over the place against the bar.
He's like walking around the bar like. Just stomping the Strangler Fruit Loops into the hardwood floor.
The Strangler?
Yeah.
You meant Straggler?
Straggler Fruit Loops.
And like, there's no universe where Dayton doesn't clean this up.
Yeah.
But Joseph cannot see
He's
that.
still like, he's so tunnel.
I cannot see past this current moment where there is
assholes ruining my floor.
Where there is 2/3 of a box of Fruit Loops on the floor that I had just cleaned hours before.
Anyways.
And then Dayton cleaned them up.
Yeah, so.
But yeah, back to what I was saying.
What were you on physical touch?
Yeah, so a funny anecdote sort of is, I was going to say, you can't beat a good hug. But also, funny story, is since I've not had a lot of experience,
Yeah.
things get interesting sometimes.
Oh,
so
gosh.
I was like hanging out with this girl last year.
Oh,
we were
no.
watching a movie, right?
Oh, geez.
And so we're like cuddling. But like, so I'm behind her, right?
I'm pitching a tent.
I'm big. It's like way more innocent than that. It's like literally, I'm big spooning, and I'm in the back, right? And then I couldn't figure out where to put my bottom arm. Because you don't want to like lay on it, because that's weird. But like, if you like put it up top, then you like start losing blood flow. At least I do. Maybe my arms are weird.
Welcome to cuddling.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't figure out where to put my arm.
You just gotta cut that arm off.
Why do you think they call me One Arm Joe?
Basically, I couldn't decide, so I ended up like laying on it, and then everyone was like, "Are you laying on your arm?" I'm like, yeah. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do. Like it's like on my bottom side, so it's just like funny stuff like that, you know. But besides that, you know.
Oh, so I've got some physical touch opinions.
Let's hear them.
I think that, again, it's not my number one. I think it's important to me. Like, it's like, when I don't see Patty for a week and I get a hug, I'm like, holy shit, she's a real person. She's just not on the phone all the time.
This is what a human feels like.
And it's just like, it's fantastic. But I feel like she cares about that a little bit more than me sometimes. Like, I'll be like
doing for too long.
Well, no, like, I'll be doing homework and I'll turn around and she has a laptop, so she'll do her homework on my bed. And then she'll just, like, put it down and, like, put her arms up like this. And, like...
Like what? They can't see.
I know, but just, like, up in the air like a YMCA, like a Y.
Okay.
Like, yeah, like a yolt. So she'll just be like, cuddle. I'm like, alright, I'll give you a hug. But, like, she just, like, get as close as possible for, like, 5 minutes. And, like, I enjoy, like, a good minute and a half of it. But,
dude, just pick her up and pile drive her into the bed.
I'm not saying it's bad. Like, I do enjoy it. It just, like, after a while, it's like, all right, I'd rather talk to you. Like,
yeah. And now, we don't have to get into this too heavy. I don't know how comfortable you guys are, but would you say that physical touch is different than sex?
Yeah.
I would say so. But if you wanted to talk about that, I think that that's also important. At least in my mind.
Yeah. I don't know that... It is what it is.
I don't... Yeah.
Or you're not...
It's different. I definitely say it's different.
I'm not saying, like, you know, girls like, oh, guys, sex. This is not what I'm saying.
That's what I heard.
I'm saying that, like...
That's what I heard from your mouth.
I think that it does add to, like, another element to the relationship as far as, like, intimacy, I guess.
Yeah. I was just more talking about, like, because, like, I don't know, like, dating, like, you don't like being in touch, but, like, you've had sex, obviously, so it's like...
What do you mean, obviously?
I mean, look at him!
No, because I'm saying, like...
He's asking for it!
What I'm getting at is, like, you don't hate it so much that you, like, won't have sex, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a lot more emotional to me than I think a lot of people.
I think it's also more primal, too. Like, it's no, I mean, like, there's not, like,
Call
any...
me a damn monkey.
Yes,
I need to breathe!
I'm just saying.
It's not sex for dating, it's breeding.
Like, animals aren't, like, need hug, but, like, animals are, like, need fuck, you know? Like, that's definitely a thing, right? We have urges. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we do.
Alright, we can move on. Alright, number 4. Words of affirmation.
Jesus.
So this is basically people saying, like, hey, I love you, or hey, you're great, I love you, you're beautiful, stuff like that. What do you guys think of
Jacob.
words of affirmation?
I don't love you.
I don't value that very high.
Neither do I. I'm really bad at taking
Good thing
praise.
you're fucking ugly.
Wow! My mommy says I'm beautiful. I would just go back to action.
Your mom also said your grandpa went to a farm.
Jeez!
To frolic and pick blueberries.
Oh! Wow, okay. Gabe, you're cut off.
Holy shit. That was like 3 good jokes in a
If
row.
you're drinking all day, like, you have no excuse
I'm
for
not even drunk. I'm not even tipsy.
You're just mean.
not safe.
I'm just fucking stupid.
But I was just going with that actions speak louder than words.
Yeah.
You know.
And I mean, you can tell that I obviously care about you.
Yeah.
Because he smashed those Fruit Loops.
Because you smashed Fruit Loops into the ground while staring at me.
Yeah.
And I know you do. No matter how much shit Gabe gives me, sometimes he's a little nice to me.
Most of the time he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, but I definitely would say that that's not a top. Like, not that I
would almost put
not that I don't want compliments. Like, don't hold back on the compliments. But it's
This
not.
sweatshirt, is that new?
Is your sweatshirt new?
New this summer.
For reference, they're wearing the same sweatshirts they wear every day. Like, I mean, I've got a daily.
I was gonna say you've had
no,
that
absolutely.
Since that's older than either of ours.
Yeah, I've worn this one for a couple of years.
Yeah, the neck's getting pretty stretched out.
Yeah, honestly.
It's comfy as fuck though.
Yeah, no, I think the reason I don't like words of affirmation is because I can't take praise well. Like, I don't know what to say. With like a significant other, you just reciprocate like whatever they say, you say it back, I suppose. But like somebody's like, oh, like I don't know.
If it's family or friends, I do get a little weird by it.
It's weird.
Like, oh, you
You
did
just
get
gotta
it.
you just gotta say thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just say thanks and move on.
but I feel like I gotta like reciprocate it somehow. Somebody's like, hey, you're smart. It's like, you're smart too, but like they're not, you know.
I don't know. You can also deflect it pretty well. You can either just be like, if someone says that you're smart, just be like, hey, thanks. I like study a lot.
But I don't.
Or you can say thanks and then do like insert some self-deprecating humor. Just be like,
That's
thanks. Even a blind squirrel can find a nut every once in a while or something like that.
That's my initial reaction to that type of compliment.
Self-deprecation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I honestly also too, if people like give me a compliment, I usually don't think it's genuine. Maybe it's me being cynical, but I just like just
People
like
can be
actions,
nice
but like
sometimes.
actions speak louder than words. Like people can say whatever they want, but them doing something is a lot more difficult.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more true with girls. Like I've heard this saying for a while where girls will will give you compliments girls will give girls compliments that they don't mean.
Yeah.
But guys will
Give
talk
insult
shit
that they don't mean.
That they don't mean.
Yeah.
Because like if like let's say like I go to visit or me and Gabe are like in the same town, like we should hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Really never hang out. That means like literally nothing for me to say that. You know, because I don't actually like mean it enough to act on it.
Right.
So I just feel like
I get that, but I feel like at the same
things
time, it depends on like the relationship you have with the person.
Yeah.
Like if it's just like a friend, and they're like, "Oh, you did great on this," like I'd be like, "Oh, thanks," like I appreciate that. But if it's like a close friend or like a relationship, I feel like that has a different meaning.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How do you feel in words of affirmation, Dan?
I don't need them. I feel like I'm a pretty self-confident dude. I know what I'm good at. I tend to know what I'm bad at. Although it is always good to get other opinions on what you're bad at, so you can always grow.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't really need them. I mean, I always tell my parents that like I love them and everything.
But
like
because
that.
you have to say that.
No, actually, that's interesting. I never said it. I love my parents like to their face until maybe like a year ago, maybe like 2 years ago.
When you were growing up and stuff.
No,
never
said that.
I'm in a very similar boat.
Because I think now that I've gotten a little bit older, I can actually realize like how much my parents did for me and how much of myself I have to owe to my parents. Like, if it's like through their parenting or what they like quote unquote made me do like as a kid. Mm-hmm. It all made me who I am today, and I'm incredibly grateful for that. Mm-hmm. And when you're a teenager, you're always just like
angsty.
Oh, like, I don't need anything. I'm freaking smart as I'm ever gonna be. And it's now I'm just like no, like I have so much to be thankful, like for what they did.
Yeah.
And I think it was probably only like a year ago that I started saying I love you to my parents. So I think it's huge.
I would say like when I was younger, like I'd do the, say goodbye, like, oh, I love you, oh yeah, I love you too, blah blah blah. Yeah. But like now it's like more of a genuine. I've noticed like when I'm home, I'll like be talking to my mom and I'll just say like, hey, thank you, like she's just cooking me dinner and it's like thanks,
yeah,
like I appreciate like
you don't have to do that anymore.
It definitely has to do with growing up though. Like, and like especially because you're leaving for such like long time. Like before they just like were like expected to cook you dinner. Yeah. But now when I come back on Thanksgiving, like holy shit, thanks.
Yeah. Like I don't. So you're telling me I don't have to cook pasta and stuff tonight for a shit ass dinner? Like,
I don't need to boil noodles, heat up some sauce, and pretend like that's a full balanced meal anymore. Exactly. But no, like even my parents, like so every once in a while, like my dad will give me some gas money just because like, hey, you're driving a lot, like it's a long drive from Houghton to here or to home, so like he understands that. And he's like, hey, here's a little bit of help, and like I'm very thankful. I'm like, you don't need to buy me gas. Like I can handle gas. Like it's not a big deal. He's like, I know you can, but take the money, and I'm very grateful for it.
Right.
Yeah. Do you guys think that you're giving them more that you're older now? Like giving words of affirmation more when you're older?
Definitely.
At least to my parents and my family in general.
What about like in relationships? You guys do it a lot?
We'll transition into me.
Okay.
Why?
Big whoop. guys, it's Gabe's turn to talk.
It's Gabe without filter. No, so I'm a mixed bag because this is going back to like my relationship with my dad. Is My dad was like with his dad, like it was the very stereotypical. You never said anything about it, like and it just like you just kind of assume that they hope that that's the way that they felt, and I just like never got. I mean, my mom was like always. She was over the top, almost to the point where it's like
it kind of lessens
it lessens its value.
Yeah.
And my dad will maybe say it like maybe 5 times a year.
Yeah.
Or like he never really like says like, "Oh, I'm proud of you." Like he'll say that maybe like once a year. So like when he says it, like, "Holy shit, thanks." Like I'm just trying. But when it comes to like relationships, I kind of take that motto of like, "Oh, she knows that I love her, so I'm not gonna say it." And that pisses Patty the fuck off.
Oh, gee, I wonder why.
It does, because it's just like, she'll like always say it. And like sometimes I feel like she's just saying it almost like too much, but that's also going back to like my upbringing where it's just like, I thought that this was just already, like it was assumed, we have already agreed upon that we love each other, but like to her, the words of affirmation are more valuable than like to me. But I think
I said it once. What more do you want?
I'm not saying like I only say it once, but I say it way less often.
It's been established.
Yeah.
Why do I need to keep bringing it up?
But she definitely values it more than I do, and I think that has to do with like the way that my dad handled that relationship with me. Just like I said, like it probably took until I graduated high school. I got like the first like real compliment from my dad that like I remember, and he was just like, "You did good in high school," and like that like was really important to me. And then like my grandpa passed away almost a year ago at this point, and he like was like, "I love you, by the way," like, in case one of us dies. Like, I want you to know like I love you, and you're doing good stuff, because like most of the time like that just isn't. It's never like the topic.
Yeah.
He's always. I mean, he still is to this point, like kind of like pushing me to like always be a better person, which is like that's what parents do. But hopefully, but like sometimes it feels almost like it's just like I get home and then like I think I have my life together, and then like they just kind of nag me down to where I'm like, oh, I guess I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. So
like having that word of affirmation is really valuable to me, but that's because I like very rarely get it from like my dad at least. And then like I said, my mom, she almost says it too much to where it's just like I feel like I didn't earn it. I don't know.
Well, because, I was going to say, I have, like, the opposite thing where it's, like, if I'm home and I don't feel like I'm, like, doing that great, they'll always be like, "Oh, you're doing good." I'm like, well, it's like, do you even know what's, like, actually going on? Like, I feel like they're just saying it because they're parents and that's what they're supposed to say.
Right, that's what they're supposed to.
But I feel like they don't actually, like, understand, like, where I'm at,
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
Yeah, I think even, like, going back to, like, classes, I feel like I don't, like I said it in the last episode, that like sometimes I feel like I don't earn the grades that I get.
Yeah.
I'm just doing what I have to do. Like I just go to the due date and I do it. And I definitely don't try my absolute best. Like I don't.
Okay,
but
there's always other things that are competing with your time.
Yeah.
Like other classes that are competing for your time, and sometimes you have to prioritize. Like I don't think that's a big deal.
Yeah, I don't know. Like to me, like I mean, I go to school and I work. And I definitely keep busy enough to where I feel like I'm being productive at like this point in time. Like I feel like I'm a very productive person during a school year, but like I just feel like the grades that I got I shouldn't be getting, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I feel like either like they're being too easy on me or like I'm just not trying hard enough. Like I feel like I should be trying hard enough, but because I'm getting rewarded for not like
there's no point
trying harder because I'm already doing really good. Like the way I'm at, I'm not trying to like brag like, oh, I'm a fucking genius. No, but you know what I'm saying. Like
you're doing well enough for the amount of effort that you put in.
Exactly. Like the ratio is pretty fucking good.
Because like even if you try like 90% more, you only get like 10%.
Exactly. Your returns are less, and I much rather spend that time on class hanging out with you guys. Yeah. Like that's where I get like effort goes into schoolwork and hanging out with you guys. Those are like my. And Patty, like, but that's part of like the relationship thing.
Which I would argue, like, social time is equally important in some respects to academic.
Yeah, absolutely.
I noticed this a while ago, probably like a few years ago, but I think with words of affirmation, a lot of it stems from like what you like. I mean, even parenting. Like this is like what I've noticed with you guys too. Is like your parenting or like your parents' parenting style. So if they don't offer you a lot of words of affirmation, then you pretty much have two different ways of reacting to that. Mm-hmm. You can react and just be like, my parents didn't give me like any words of affirmation, so like I like need that. Like I really want that. Or you can just be like, oh, my parents never gave me words of affirmation. I've grown accustomed to that. I don't need that to live.
Yeah. I think so. I didn't really say how I like take the words of affirmation, I guess. I think that like when I get them, it's really valuable. And if we're like talking about like I have pretty low self-esteem compared to like the rest of the group, like that's just something that I like struggle with, I guess. So like that kind of like helps, but when it comes to like academic success and like that other type of stuff, I don't need it. Like professional and academic success, like I know where I want to go and I know I'm going to get there at some point. So like that to me doesn't matter, but like when it's like a personal relationship,
It's more like, ambiguous and you kind of want more.
Yeah, like that matters more to me. But when it comes to like the you're doing great in school, like, I don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. I can see my grades. There's a number that tells me how good I'm doing.
I'll show you. No, I'm just saying, like, to them, like, they don't really know, like you said, they don't really know, like, the level of effort or, like, the type of school you're doing.
You say it's like my family. It's like they don't know, like, that I'm getting, like, A's or B's or C's or D's. They just know that I'm not retaking classes. And I'm
exactly
going on to the next semester
and
for
like,
new classes. Like, that's as far as they know, you know?
That's as far as they need to know.
Definitely.
And you also have, like, the subject matter, because, like, I don't know about, like, how much your parents are aware of, like, what you're, like, studying. There's been a couple times where, like, I've talked to, like, my parents, and they, like, say something, I'm like, I don't do that at all. And they're like, oh, I thought you've been doing that for, like, 2 years. It's like, that's not anything, like,
oh,
I
yeah.
feel I'm doing.
Every time I get home, my parents ask me to fix some other random electronic around the house. I got home, and my dad's like, hey, the TV's not working. I'm like, okay, take it to a repair store.
Yeah.
And he's like, you fixed this one thing one time. I'm like, I barely did anything.
Dude, I love parent logic. Like, there was times in high school when I would, like, you know, like, yeah, like, fix the computer. And, like, you're really good at that. You should go into, like, IT. I'm like...
How does that work?
No, like, I literally just know how this computer works. Like, it's not that hard.
I turned it off.
Yeah, it's like...
Back on.
It turned it on.
I, like, grew up with an iPod Touch, so I know how things work better than you. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to get a degree in, you know, how to use a fucking iPhone.
Right.
But... All right, last one is acts of service. So when people do things for you.
That's my number 2.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of things do you like getting done for you?
Just it's like again like the small stuff. Like if someone like I know I'm having a rough day, like Patty will I guess kind of counts as a gift. Fuck.
I just say that one feels like gifts to me.
It's really not though, because I really like giving. I really like giving acts of service to people. Like if I can like help them out with something.
Okay.
I really enjoy.
I think
that.
I love receiving those.
To me, I would see that as a gift.
Even
or like I would personally group those.
I still
together.
argue they're separate though.
So let me.
I would say like a gift doesn't have to be a physical. To me, a gift doesn't have to be a physical thing. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
So like,
I guess that's
the way I see it is that it's the same thing.
That's how they're differentiating in this like list though. Is like an act of service like somebody doing your laundry for you, and a gift is like buying you.
Yeah.
You know, a skateboard.
So I think going back to like I guess personal relationships, the acts of service that I appreciate the most is like when I need help on something, like if I need help on calc or whatever, I'd be like, Dayton, show me this fucking Mathematica thing that I had to do in first year.
Oh.
And like you'd be like, oh, I got you. Like you like without hesitating, you're like, I'm gonna help you. Like that was like, holy shit, this person is like either A, just too nice to like not help, or B, like is like trying to help me out genuinely.
Yeah.
And like
they're a pushover, man.
like that type of stuff, like someone who like tries to like, because everybody knows different stuff, right? So like they can help you with your thing and you can help them with.
Can we time out for a second because Dayton just finished his Natty Rush.
I have made many mistakes in my life, and this tops the list.
We're at like the 54-ish minute mark.
What are you at right now? How far are you?
A little below halfway.
Wow.
I was even pacing myself so I didn't get too unruly.
Yeah, I know, and I don't enjoy the taste of this.
Neither do I. I feel like I need to brush my teeth.
I feel like I need to brush my entire mouth.
Dayton, you were going to talk about how you differentiate between...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was back to the topic. I just wanted to point that out.
No,
That Dayton's a trooper.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like the small acts of service. It's not like, oh, let me like go and run across like the state to like, you know, pick up some small package for you or something like that. Because that's just trivial.
Yeah.
To me, it's something that like fosters growth or, you know, improves your relationship with them. Like, and a lot of the times it's something that I know pretty well. Like, so for all you guys, like, I want to see you guys get better at skating. And like, I want to teach you guys like how to skate better. Because
how are you not fresher than me yet?
I mean, because I was in your shoes at one point. Like, I knew like that feeling of like not being able to do like this one specific thing.
Right.
And I mean, like the same thing with like with that Mathematica example, which is like a math software.
Yeah.
Like I knew it very well, so like I felt very comfortable and I felt confident in like helping you with that. And even with like, you know, giving people like recommendations on like things to get that are like within like my wheelhouse.
Yeah, I think that's what makes it so rewarding for like me, and I'm sure you're the same way, and I feel like a lot of us are, is like I love being able to share like my knowledge on something. Like whenever your guys' computer breaks, like without like I'll be like, hey, you're fucking stupid. But I genuinely enjoy like trying to figure it out or like help you guys out. And I also like being able to like, hey, Dayton, like you helped me pick out a mountain bike, and like I got into that, and I love sharing my interests. Like I got the whole fucking house into Pokemon Go. Okay. Like, shortly, but that was really fun.
That was a very good house bonding.
Like that was a really great. Like we walked a lot because of that stupid game.
Dude, my calves were fire.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
We drew a lot as a group, like whether it's a stupid game or not. Like
maybe it's like an engineer thing or just like a tech thing where it's like we like to like impart our knowledge on others. Maybe because I don't know why, maybe because we're cocky about it, but like
it's probably a little bit of both.
Swinging our big dicks around.
I think there's a difference between educational knowledge and like hobby / like fun like practical stuff.
But then, do you like receiving acts of service? Like, do you like when people do things for you?
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't like it unless it's like absolutely necessary for me. I like to be as independent as possible, and any time that like someone like does like an act of service for me that I don't like specifically like ask for help with, then I'm just like, seriously, like stop, like you're insulting my independence right now.
No, I'm the same way. Like, I feel like if somebody like did my laundry for me, I'd be like, why do that? Because I should have done that. Like, that's like insulting. Yeah. That's like helping me be more lazy, and I don't want to be more lazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, unless I specifically like ask you, like you're saying, like I need help with something. But like,
and I think some of it also stems with the fact that I don't trust other people with my belongings. Yeah. I'm just like, seriously, don't touch my stuff.
If you want something done right, do it yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that I feel like it differs for me though. Like if it's something trivial, like, oh, they walked downstairs to get something for me, like, okay, like, thanks. But if it's, like, something where, like you were saying, like, it makes me more lazy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think at the same time, like, no matter how much we try, there's still going to be points where you're going to need, like, some form of help, whether that just be knowledge or, like, something else. But, I mean, we're in the age of the internet, so it does make things a lot easier. Like, I don't like having to ask for help, because it makes me feel stupid. But I really, really appreciate, like, I may not say it because, like I said, I'm fucking terrible telling people, but I really appreciate it when people, like, take the time. Because I understand they're wasting their time. They're not wasting, but, like, they'll take the time out of their day to, like, help you. Like, if someone, like, if someone's even unloading my car, like, from, like, a trip or whatever, that's fucking, like, fantastic. I love it when people do that because, like, I feel so bad. Like, you are, like, literally lifting heavy shit for me. Yeah. But, like, I appreciate it so much.
You're spending the one currency that matters.
I will say, I sometimes ask for help if it's, like, makes logical sense. Because for some reason, I'm always trying to, like, make things more efficient or whatever.
Because you're a fucking engineer.
Yeah, so, like, just for an example, like, I got home from Meccano from the grocery store one time, and I had, like, toilet paper that I bought for the house, right? And I put it on the kitchen table, and I was, like, putting away my, like, food, and, like, Patty was coming inside. She was going upstairs anyway. I'm like, hey, can you just, like, grab that Marine upstairs? That's where it goes. And it just saves me a trip, and you're going up there anyway, so it just, like, makes logical sense. Or, like... You know,
you can't boss my girlfriend around. That's my job.
I slap her around. No one else can do that.
There was one night we're hanging out in here, and you know, and like Gabe was going to Freedom, and I'm like, he's going anyway. I'm like, Gabe, get me a lemonade because you're already going.
Oh yeah.
And then you got mad at me for not going myself, but like in my mind, you were going anyways. So like, I might as well just get something else for me.
Yeah.
But also it's me being lazy, so it's like...
I feel like, okay, so I'm split on that because sometimes it's like, alright, yeah, like Dayton asks, I just went to Freedom. to go get some beer, and like I'll get some cookies. Like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's like Joseph or Jacob's like, get me a beer. He's like sitting on the couch, like, fuck you. Get your own beer. Like,
I think you just like Dayton more than you like Jacob.
you heard it here first.
And I give him the money up front.
yeah, that is the other thing.
It'd be like another thing of like, hey, Gabe, can you go up to the 3rd floor and grab something
Yeah,
for me? It's like,
that's
okay,
fair.
that's like a dick move because like, you weren't going up there anyway.
Unless
like,
someone's drunk enough, then they'll do it willingly. Because
Oh,
they,
yeah.
Yeah.
At least I would, dude. I would monkey run up to
Dude,
you.
yeah, I was gonna say you'd be on all fours up the fucking stairs.
it's an adventure. But yeah, I will say like I don't mind giving out acts of service. Again, if it's logical, it makes sense. Like Dayton said, I'm not gonna drive across the state to pick up something for him, but if I'm going there anyway, then it's like okay, yeah, I'll do that because like it's fine.
Right.
It's not a big deal. And if it makes their lives easier, that shows that I care about them. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't mind helping people out. Like,
I really enjoy helping people. I actually get like kind of a kick out of it.
You get home.
I think
A
that.
little bit, half chub. I don't know if it's like secret time. I was in the Boy Scouts when I was younger, but we like did a lot of service projects and shit, and I really enjoyed that. And so like I really like. I enjoy helping people out. Like even if it's like something that's like minuscule, like there's been times where Gabe's like, "Hey, I'm going to get a car wash. Do you want to come with me?" And part of it's like the spending time with, but also like to me it's like
To me, that was quality time.
yeah, quality time, but it's also like otherwise he's just gonna be alone. I can at least offer some sort of entertainment. Like
Yeah.
he's not going through it alone. Like it's a car wash, but like he's not like just sitting by himself in his car. Like,
Okay, and you get to see the big foam things with a woo.
exactly.
That's the only reason he wanted to go.
You get the multicolored wax, and
Yeah,
it smells
yeah.
like cotton candy.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it smells like?
Sometimes it does, depending
I
on
feel
the
like
car
Do
wash.
you have your window down? Like,
The
He's
one
got his head sticking out the window.
Yeah.
Freaking drinking that stuff.
No, the one by like my hometown. It smells like cotton candy or something. It smells like candy. It's really good.
I think that's a danger to little kids. But, all right.
I like that car wash.
Joseph and Dane's mouth are slightly blue.
Are they actually?
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I'm
fucking
definitely
weird.
going to brush my teeth after this.
Yeah, I'm glad I got a bottle of Listerine. I got a date with a bottle of Listerine after this.
All right, well, let's go around quick and say your top 2.
All
So what's your number 1? What's your number 2?
Quality time, and then what did we just act of services? Or
Okay.
acts of service.
What was the list again?
Yeah, I need to see that too.
I had to think about it. For a
Dude,
little
I have an excuse.
I have mine are number 1 quality time, number 2 physical touch. I would say.
Wow, you're so needy.
Yeah.
So I think mine is also probably quality time and then physical touch. Just because
What?
it's because it's like
You hate the other thing so much?
yeah, I absolutely hate getting gifts. I hate getting words of affirmation. And what was the last one?
Acts of
I hate
service.
getting
Dayton, you're
acts of
doing a
service.
great job on this podcast.
Dayton is unlovable.
Why? What am I doing wrong?
I said you didn't like words of affirmation, so I said you're doing a great job on the podcast.
I took that as sarcasm. I took that as sarcasm. So yeah, because that's just like it's the winner of the losers.
So it's more like you said like a number 1. You don't really have
It's
a 1
like
and
voting
2.
for a president.
Yeah, exactly. The lesser of the evils.
Yeah, I would probably go with physical or quality time and physical touch too, just because. Yeah, quality time.
Me and Joseph are a good match.
Yeah.
I think you guys should date.
We're gonna bang it out later.
Because
Oh.
No, we aren't. Maybe. Who knows?
gotta go to the car wash with the windows down and come out different men.
Yeah, some quality time, baby. All right, well, it actually took the entire time, which is good.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys. Again, don't forget to follow us on socials. You also find all of our episodes on ewfpodcast.libsyn.com. If you missed any of them, they're all there, free to download. And yeah, it's our show.
Don't forget to smash Fruit Loops on your friends' floors.
Yeah.
Really gets their goat, you know.
Hope you're having a good winter break if you're in college like us. Take it easy. And yeah, we'll see you next
New
week.
Year?
Happy New Year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Christmas spirit, yo.
Yes, Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2019.
We were definitely not recording these early.
All right, see you next week.
Yeah,
bye.
bye.
See ya.